Hey there, friends, and welcome back to another 3-Minute Thoughts. My name is Derek, and for the next few minutes, we're going to slow things down, open up another chapter in the New Testament, and evaluate what it might mean for you and me today in our daily lives. Today, we're looking at John chapter 7, and this chapter feels a tad divided. There's a lot of conversation about Jesus, but not a lot of agreement. It starts with his own brothers urging him to go public. If you're really doing these things, show yourself to the world, essentially is what they're saying. But John tells us they didn't really believe in him. Even the people closest to him don't fully understand him. Jesus goes to Jerusalem for a major festival, but he goes quietly at first, and then halfway through, he begins teaching openly in the temple. People are confused. Some are impressed. How does he know so much? Others are skeptical. Isn't this just a local guy? Some wonder if he might be the Messiah. Others dismiss the idea of that completely. There's tension everywhere. And in the middle of it, Jesus says something important. My teaching is not my own. It comes from the one who sent me. Now, he's not trying to build his own platform. He's pointing back to his Father, to the God of the Old Testament, to the God they would have worshiped and known well. Then he adds something that gets at the heart of the confusion. Anyone who chooses to do the will of God will find out whether my teaching comes from God. In other words, understanding is not just intellectual. It's connected to willingness and action. Sometimes we don't clearly see things, not because the truth isn't there, but because we're not ready to move toward it. Then during the final day of the festival, Jesus stands up and says, "Let anyone who is thirsty come to me and drink." That same theme again, thirst, need, something deeper. And he says that whoever believes in him, rivers of living water will flow from within them, not just receiving, but becoming a source themselves. Still, the division continues. Some want to arrest him. Some believe in him. Some argue about where he came from. There's no consensus, no clear resolution. And that's what makes this chapter feel so real. Because most of life isn't lived in total clarity. It's lived in the middle of mixed opinions, partial understanding, and ongoing questions. So what does John 7 bring to focus for you and me? It reminds us that uncertainty is part of the process. Not everyone will agree. Not everything will make immediate sense. Even people close to you might not see things the same way. But in the middle of that, Jesus keeps inviting people to move closer. Not just to analyze, but to respond. So here's a simple reflection for us today. When you don't have all the answers, what do you do next? Do you step back? Do you stay stuck? Or do you take steps forward with what you do see? Because sometimes clarity comes after movement. Thanks for taking a few minutes with me today. Be well, friends.